everybody. Welcome back to another episode of 5 Minute Gaming News. The show may or may not be 5 minutes. Today in the news, did you hear about Disco Elysium? It's a story, and I don't think a very good one. Martin Lugia, a founding member of Studio Zom and editor of Disco Elysium, has taken to Twitter and Medium over the last couple of days to drop all sorts of bombs about the situation at the Disco Elysium dev. According to him, the lead designer, writer, and art director involuntarily left the company at the end of 2021, and on October 2nd, all three signed a tweet confirming this information. On Medium, Lugia seems to suggest the investors might have had something to do with this. According to Kotaku and two sources familiar with the situation, any split would have been made messier by Kurvitz and Rostov, the art director, being shareholders in the studio, the sources said. It's also clear Zom has gone out of its way to try and keep this situation quiet. Kotaku reached out for an interview with Kurvitz in February. The studio declined on his behalf, but provided no indication the developer had already left the company. And of even more interest here is the fact that while this is all going on, it appears that they're selling the rights or inking a deal or something with Amazon to create a show based off Disco Elysium. So who knows what's going on over there? Everyone's being quiet. Everyone's being tight-lipped. It seems that for the most part, the internet thinks this is one of those, the suits are ruining something else, which admittedly, they do quite often. We know very little. And the things we do know seem pretty, I don't know. Forcing out all of the major players from your game, a very successful game, when there's talk of a second one, and now this show, it does seem very weird. In other news, one of the worst executives at Activision Blizzard is finally stepping down. According to Bloomberg, Frances Townsend, the executive vice president for corporate affairs and chief compliance officer, has stepped down from her position after coming under fire for, back when she worked in the government, she literally defended torture. At Blizzard, she failed to address reports of sexual harassment and discrimination. She claimed that all the very real cases against the company were truly meritless and irresponsible. And let's not forget this gem. In the middle of all the trouble with Blizzard, she tweeted, "The problem with whistleblowing." Then, after being shamed into deleting her Twitter account, I assume she continued to be evil in private. That is, until now. She is stepping down. But hey, don't worry, gang. Although she's stepping down from her role in the company, she will continue to serve as, and I shit you not, Bobby Kotick's senior advisor. Cool. Speaking of cool, it's Monday, so let's talk some releases. Today, Marauders blasts its way into early access. The tactical first-person looter shooter about being a space pirate and making bank is here. Join a squad of up to 3 other friends and do whatever it is you need to do to survive. Upgrade your gear on the fly by uncovering spoils from giant frigates and asteroids and really anything you can loot in space. It definitely looks like a fun multiplayer time. But, of course, despite the previous story, Overwatch 2 is here this week. Returning as a free-to-play game with new characters like Trash Mom and Fox Girl, both you and the pervert making fan art right now can enjoy. There's a new push mode, and new locations, and new abilities, and new designs, and various daily challenges, the whole shebang. It's Overwatch. You know what Overwatch is. Also right now, over on Steam, it is the Next Fest. Lots of demos for a lot of indie games. I'll definitely be checking many of them out, and that'll probably end up over on Cox Clips. So shameless plug for Cox Clips if you want to see all sorts of fun indie things. Most of them are demos, but that means you can get through it with me. It'll be like 20 minutes of good old-fashioned Cox fun. You'll love it. And I think tomorrow morning we'll have a video on this channel for one of those indie games from Tiny Build. So look out for that. Anyway, that's it. Thanks so much. See you tomorrow for another episode of 5 Minute Gaming News.